better. I'm not really sure. Let's see if it'll someone. I think it was Facebook that was causing issues. I'm not really sure. I need to find an alert thing that does not have sound. How is everybody doing today, though? Okay, I keep getting sidetracked. I was talking about USA Gundam and their stuff. Yeah, that's all I bought from there because I really wanted the Dynamis sticker. So I was like, and I didn't want the Black Friday sticker, so I had to buy it when they didn't have their Black Friday deal. So that was super nice. So I'm excited to get it on Tuesday just to test out and see how that is gonna go. But we'll find out. We will find out. Don't know if you probably can't see it because the light's really bad. Give me a second. But there's a nub right there. So I just normally do, since it's such a big one, I normally cut it with the razor blade. Just try to flush it. So that works. So now you'll see that it's not as raised. It's a little bit. Let's see if I can focus. Focus. Yeah, so it's not as raised. I mean, there's still a little bit of a mark, but it's not that bad compared. Normally, I check by using my nails too. If I get it caught, that means it's still like a bit more raised. So I go through it again just to make sure. Then still a little caught, but I think I'm gonna sand it instead. In this case, there is no additional like details on that, so I'm just gonna go straight across. Great thing about the sponges is that you can use it to wipe off the dust in the back. So what other Black Friday stuff did I get? We got a Roomba. Really expensive one. But it's pretty cool. Because we're lazy. or more like I'm lazy. I don't want to vacuum each time or dust each time. So then we got, I think I got a couple league shirts. I think I got a few stuff for streaming. I got new headphones that are coming in that are really nice. So I just spent a lot of money this Black Friday. So nothing on Gundam though. I did go to the pop-up store I think 2 weeks ago maybe. It was great. They do limit pop-up store in Little Tokyo in LA. That is. It's great because it had a lot of like different things. I guess you can get specifically for the store, but you are not. You're only allowed a certain amount of time, and if you go on like a weekend, the max time that they allow you in there was like 10 minutes. But if you go on a weekend, it's like decreases because the line is so ridiculous. I've heard people that came from San Diego all the way down here spent like 4 hours in line for the store, which is kind of ridiculous. So I'm just like, nope, that's not happening. Sand this whole thing. Can't wait until sanding's over, which is hopefully soon. Hopefully I can finish this today. Then I can start building finally. Again, I haven't built in a while just because, like, you know, things happen, life happens. Mental issue happens. It's been a rough week. Really rough week, actually. I think a couple of my relatives, I wouldn't really say like close family, but we knew them. I had two relatives like pass away this past week. So I'm trying to get my mind off of a lot of, you know, morbid stuff. So I hope everybody is staying safe still. Hopefully you guys are chilling, getting outside to walk maybe a little bit if you're getting too crazy inside. Seems like it's out of focus for some reason. Oh, maybe it's better if I zoomed. Yeah. Go outside and walk a little, breathe some fresh air. Hang out with people online. That's what I've been doing with like a lot of my friends. We've been kind of just talking online. Every now and then if we can do like video chat or whatnot. I've been video chatting my mom to kind of, you know, say hi to her, and then she's able to see, you know, our faces. And it's always great for that stuff, right? So This nub is not liking me. Again, standing at 400, 600 again, and then 1,000, and then 1,500. Using the backside of the sponge to kind of wipe away all the dust. And then I also have the 4,000, which is used for kind of glossing. It makes it glossy. Doesn't necessarily do too much other than kind of makes it like the original glossiness of the part itself. So I can't wait to build this kit because I built the Dynamis and it was pretty nice. I really liked that build a lot actually. I think it's one of my favorite builds. So I'm curious how this one stacks up just because it's like newer than the Dynamis, but I guess it's not too much newer. So we'll see if there's like any major difference. I do know that this kit can transform, which is another thing that I am curious about to see like how did I do the inside? I didn't do the inside. How it like how flimsy is it when it does transform? How easy it is to transform? So we'll see. I don't think I built one that transformed. I think I helped a friend build one that is transformable, and I hated it because it was like an older kit. It didn't make the instructions definitely didn't make sense. So it was a little bit harder to really build that one. I forgot what kit it was, but it was really annoying. Because the middle part, the body part was not cooperating whatsoever, and then we kind of figured it out. But it was also really really loose too. So hopefully this is not the case. This doesn't. It sort of has polycaps. Sort of. Not a lot though. So we'll see how it goes. The Dynamis, the joints on the Dynamis is actually pretty good. Oh, there was another thing that I ordered on USA Gundam. It's also from the line of the gun primer. It was these like strips that you cut into pieces and then you put it on your joints and it makes your joints like super tight versus any joints that are like super loose. So I was super curious on that. Reason why I bought it. I don't have the kit with me. I have it back in my hometown, but the master grade crossbone. I think it's the full cloth. No, is it the full cloth? It's one. I think it's the full cloth one. But that one's super loose, like ridiculously loose. So I'm curious if it works well with that one. And then everything else falls off of that kit too. So I don't know if that's going to help any of that, but I guess we'll find out whenever it comes in. Oh yeah, we cooked Thanksgiving. Well, it was my first time cooking Thanksgiving dinner, but I did cook Thanksgiving dinner um for us, and it was the first time. I don't normally celebrate Thanksgiving because my dad always was not home, so never really celebrated it. I know, isn't it fancy? First time streaming on YouTube too, isn't it? It's even more fancy. Been hitting the camera, so it's been like do have to figure out my camera situation. It's not always great. I always forget that it's on camera, and so like my hands sometimes aren't even in the view. So I think my least favorite part of building Gundam is the sanding part. I think my favorite part is actually the water decals, which is super weird because I think a lot of people don't like that part, but it's definitely my favorite. I think it's because like by that time you're almost done, and then you just wanna just chill, and you'll be like done like right after. Speaking of which, I do need to top coat my Dynamis before the decals start coming off. Because that won't be fun at all. I do have decals for this kit as well, so we're not going to use the original. Just the original. We might use it only for the I forgot what this called. The GN Drive. I think this might be the GN Drive sticker that's in the middle. I think that would be the only one that we use it for, just because it has like a foil and some text behind it. So it's a specific sticker that we're using. But I think everything else is going to be water decals, which is good. Water decals are always fun. There's so many ridiculous parts. So the nubs are on like the pegs. So what I'm going to do is just like smooth it out and just not sand it, because those are going to get hidden anyways. And I hate sanding, so might as well not sand it. Try to not sand stuff that I don't need to sand. That's coming from a very OCD person. Later, I missed your face too. Thank you for coming on, though. Newbie's face is kind of funny. Um, anybody have anything they're working on specifically? I do want to get back into painting. Did look into getting a tank compressor, air compressor, but just with like my time and everything, we'll see how it goes. Not really sure who I would want to paint if I were to do so. I think about starting on like not a nice kit to practice on first. But don't actually have a kit in mind that's coming up because I don't have too much kits here. I have a lot back at my hometown. So again, this one has like details that's the nubs are on, so I'm gonna lightly sand it instead of how I was sanding the other parts. Otherwise, you won't see it. You won't see that little detail of it. So yeah, I'm thinking about airbrushing again. Not a great airbrusher yet, just because I haven't had the time to practice in a long time. So I think I've done one paint job. One? Yeah. Sounds about right. I also had a non-tank, which if you are to buy an air compressor, do not buy one with the tank. I learned that the hard way. If you buy one with the tank, then basically once the tank is filled, it'll stop the compressor, and so you won't have that continual compressor noise, which is very annoying, especially living in an apartment where you should be like decreasing the amount of noise that you make. So I made the mistake of buying a tankless one, and now I regret it. So I am looking to get a tanked one instead. So been looking on Amazon, of course, just to see what's a good one to use. So I can't wait until this is over because well, the pandemic is over because it's pretty depressing already, this world. So it's really hard to not be able to see friends in person and say hi to them and give them hugs. I miss giving people hugs, you know. Yep, haven't given friends hugs in a long while. Have to give virtual hugs right now. What am And I'm using my nail to kind of figure out if it's too far above, which it is. So I'm going to try to shave off a little bit more with my hobby knife. So I'm hoping that the gun primer, I think they call it the eraser, will do a better job than this, because you'll still see the nub. I don't know if you can see it. You'll still see it. It's right there. So I have to see if it does a better job with it, which would be pretty amazing if it did. So far, there's a lot of reviews that are really good about it, so I'm curious. Again, this one also is just these parts, and it looks like it's pretty. I don't want any of these to be just sticking up really bad, because then when you put stuff together, it's gonna not close correctly. But it doesn't look like I have anything sticking out, so since that's not an issue, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. This one is only here, and then at the ends. I'm gonna ignore the ends. Just make sure they're flat. Just using my razor knife, hobby knife. And then there's just this one. Okay. Oh man, I think I'm gonna be done sanding finally. I think I've been working on this kit for before the pandemic. I think it was before the pandemic, like right before the pandemic hit. So it was like almost a year now. But I basically stopped building in general, because of, stuff going on. My work got crazy, mental issues, depression, the same stuff. So finally on the last part. So how I do a lot of my stuff is if you look at the book, there's like the units, like stuff like that. And what I do is I just cut out all the parts within this unit and then just put it all in one area. So you'll see like this one, I think these are the shoulders. This is like the waist, the legs. I am missing one though. Where's the arms? Anyways, this arms might be in here as well. Can't tell. But like I sort them all out and then I sand it. And then after I sand it, I build it based on, the pictures in there. It's easier to just sit down and build versus doing it by piece by piece and then having to find it while you're building. This way it's kind of built really fast. Sabers I don't normally sand. Just make sure they're not like, the nubs aren't like ridiculously stand out. And then I just use my hobby knife to kind of cut a little bit of it. It's not the greatest. Because I know if you sand it, if you buff it out, it'll probably be fine too. So If you wanted to, you could sand it. I don't normally do it. Because I normally don't have the sabers out, oddly enough. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do the white part first. I don't see any. It's a minor one here. $400. Starting to get low on my sanding sponges, unfortunately. So we'll see when I have to like start buying it again, and if they're actually in stock, because sometimes they're not. I use my nails a lot when I'm sanding, just to make sure like it's even, because you'll be able to feel it if it's not at all. Then at the end, I'm not going to sand this part, but I'm going to even it out. Okay. We're going to do the gray first and then the orange, because the orange does stay on here. If you do have white and you haven't done a color yet, it's probably best to do the white first and then do the color. And then if you do the color first and then you have a white, you can do the gray, because the gray doesn't, the color doesn't mark on the gray, but it does mark on the white. So you do the gray parts first, and then that kind of negates the color, and then you can do the colors and sand the colors after that. So it looks like there's one right here. Can't wait until I'm done. Trying to figure out what to build after this. Just wondering if I should build my perfect grade, my unicorn. That's a little scary to me. Always building perfect grades are scary. It's just because it's just so freaking expensive to build. And if you screw up, you really screw up. And so I'm just like, I don't know if I want to deal with that right now. That one I'm not sure. I think I might build it off the riser instead of what I'm currently doing, just because it's such a big kit. Yep, building Krios. Oh, is it? Let me lower it. Yep, I'm building Krios right now. Ellie, I'm not building it, I guess. I'm sanding it more like it. Mm. Is this better? Not sure. Like my sound settings are all off. It seems like. Well, it should be turned off now, I believe. I believe. Okay, sanding now. My mic is pretty loud. I think my mic is actually on max right now. I keep hitting this camera. Probably not the best place to play it. Okay. Oh no. Have I been putting it in the wrong area? I don't think so. I think I just started on the... I think the only piece might be this one. We'll find out. No. Yeah, it's that piece. Wait. This nub mark is right in the corner. That's always fun. Both of these are right on the corner. Okay. So it seems like a lot of my issues for the stream is like a lot of audio issues. So I'm probably have to like figure that out. See what's going on. Also, I guess it doesn't help that I'm also a very soft-spoken person, so it's just weird talking to yourself sometimes, you know? Feel like you need to be like super soft. Since this is in a corner, I'm going to do like both sides. I'm going to stay on both sides. This side and then the other side instead of like doing it right on the corner, because if you do it right on the corner, it's just going to null out that corner, which isn't great. can't believe I'm almost done sanding. I was gonna say, I was like, I'm not. My music is super low. Alright, let me turn the music back on. I was like, I don't think it's that music. Twitch likes to troll people. I think it's supposed to troll people. I did a really bad job cutting this part because I think I cut part of it off by accident. Hi from Europe. Thank you for watching. Oh wait, now I really can't hear my... Can't hear the music now. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was like, I can't hear anything. How is Europe? What time is it over there, actually? Oh, I guess what part of Europe? I think that is still one country I have not visited yet is Europe. I mean continent. What am I talking about? Continent, not country. I have been spacing out a lot lately. A lot. Oh, I keep putting it in the wrong area. I hate the marks. Bane of my existence. I don't think there's any new series coming out yet for Gundam. I haven't really been watching much anime lately. Just because of time. I did watch, what you call it? Queen's Gambit on Netflix, and it is a pretty amazing show. I really enjoyed it, at least. You don't necessarily need to know chess to watch it. I was super nerdy, so I was in the chess club. I am currently building the Krios today. Krios? 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 I don't actually know how to say it really well. I think it's called a Krios. This is what... Oh, nice. Ireland. I have not been to Ireland before. I should have something that, like, shows you what I'm building. That's a good idea. Is it Kiros? That's so weird. I'm probably still saying it wrong, to be honest. I'm probably just gonna have to watch the anime again just to figure out the way they are saying it, which I don't mind because Double O is definitely one of my favorites. Double O is definitely one of my favorites. I think oddly enough, I don't think a lot of people like it, but my favorite is actually Seed. But it's not because of the storyline, it's because of the Gundams itself. The design of the Gundams are so freaking cool in that series, and there's so many of them that it's one of my favorites. Definitely the story is a little bit annoying. The storyline is super annoying, actually, now that I think about it. But Seed is definitely my favorite just because of the Gundams. It has a lot of the ones that I like, and I am trying to collect all of them. Majority of them. I wouldn't say all of them because not all of them are my favorites. So, and they have a lot, especially with the first season of Seed and then the second season of Seed as well. Weren't they gonna do a second season of Double O? I think they were going to, because I was super excited about that. And then I know prior, like a couple years ago, I was like, man, they need a, like, I think, oh yeah, like a while back, I was like, they need to make like the newer version of the master grade versions of Double O kits. And then this happened, and I was like, yes, because before the master grade kits are like really bad, like really, really, really bad. My husband has the 1/100 scale ones, and they're just horrid. How are you liking the Tamiya panel line? I use the accent ones, and I enjoy it a lot. The only caveat that I have with it is that it's just not dark enough. So you have to do it like multiple times, or like sometimes I leave the bottle open just to kind of dry it out a little bit, to just make it thicker. I think that's my only like major issue I have with it, but I understand like the reason why they need to make it, because it has to be somewhat runny in order for you to fill out like the lines itself. But I find that doing your own mixture is a bit harder. It takes more time too, I guess. I should try that out one day. It's just like trying to find like the right mixture of paint and thinner to make my own panel line paint, I guess you should call it. I was always curious like how a lot of the really, really good builders, they have such dark and clean panel lines whenever they do it. So I thought I turned that off, but I guess I didn't. That's my Facebook followings, and I need to figure out how to decrease the sound on that because it doesn't allow me to. Yeah, MG Krios. Or Kireo. I'm gonna have to figure out how to... Should I even go... Let me go on YouTube and figure out how they're saying it. Give me a second. Gonna mute my music just to hear how other people are saying it.
Super cool. Now, while I may not be the biggest fan of Double O in general, I really enjoyed the Dynamax last year. It was a fantastic Master Grade kit. This is based off of the same frame design,
So I'm watching
so I'm
Zaku
sure it's going to be
Aurelius.
really awesome. And like I said, it doesn't really come with like a whole care too much about, and I'm super excited about this one because hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at the Master Grade Curios gun.
Curios. Curios. It's like curios. Curios. That's a really weird thing.
Grade Curios gun.
Curios.
It is the new.
Well, I figured out how to say it. Curios. I'm gonna have to say it a couple times to actually remember it, because I probably won't. Yeah, I think the Panaline accent paints, you do need to apply it multiple times. I'm just super lazy. And so I try not to, especially since a lot of people are saying that if you apply too much, it actually makes the part brittle. So I try not to apply it more than once or twice. But reason why I like let it dry out a little bit just to get it darker. Curios. I'm gonna just randomly start saying the name throughout the stream just to remember the. I'm probably gonna forget about it. Not a really. I don't have a great memory. So I'm just standing away, just for people that are just like following or seeing this, doing the sanding sponges, 400, 600, 1000, and the 1500. I also have a 4000 on the side. It's a different kind of sponge, but it's for gloss mainly. I actually really like these. Funny enough, I use these for my nails every now and then because they're just so nice. They're probably pretty expensive to do on nails, but you know, if you need multiple sanding grits, like that's kind of the way to go. I'm also this sanding sponge I'm using is Tamiya, the smaller ones. So it came out in a really, really big sheet. I just cut it into smaller squares just because it's like easier to manipulate and throw out. There are a lot of times when it starts doling, and then when it does, I just use scissors to kind of cut that part out to be able to sand some more. after I'm done sanding this, I'm gonna go offline for today. Hopefully next time I'll actually start building and panel lining and stuff like that instead of sanding, sitting here sanding. Sanding's so boring. I find it so boring. I don't even find it like relaxing. Cause probably because I'm like OCD, and so I like try to get it perfect, and I know like nubs still show, and I'm just like, dang it, I want to get rid of it, but it doesn't always work. I'm hoping to get back into all this soon, just because holidays are coming back. So I'll actually have time. So hopefully I'll get into more of a habit of like building, or at least streaming, whether it is building or my my gaming stuff. I started to get back into MapleStory. Who would have thought? That's fun always. The reason I got back into it is probably not probably the funnier thing is that due to BTS, the K-pop group, I guess they're doing like some collab thing, and I was like, oh, I thought MapleStory changed to like 3D, but apparently that's not the case. So I started playing it again. It's super easy to level now, which is kind of ridiculous. I think I'm like a level 100 in like 2-3 days, and I'm just like, so easy to level now than it used to be. I think if you need to try it, try like for the oil stains. I think it won't be bad to do that. I think it's definitely good to try it on like a kit that you don't want to use first. I normally have a kit that I don't mind destroying, and I've kind of used that as like a test for stuff that I want to test on. So like I think I've tried weathering. I use like that same kit, or airbrushing. I use that kit. That way I'm not like too heartbroken about it if it's like really screwed up. I've actually done, funny enough, weathering for. So Tamiya does sell like weathering kits. I've tried those out. Those are pretty cool. And then because I have eyeshadow, I was like, I mean, these are kind of like eyeshadow, right? So I definitely tested eyeshadow out as weathering, and it's actually sort of does the job, other than you do need to top coat it. Otherwise, it will disappear. So that would just be the only thing. But if you don't have like a weathering kit, you can always borrow like your mom or your sister or your girlfriend's like eyeshadow kit, and just like if they're fine with it, you can just use it as a weathering tool. Obviously ask them first, because I'm pretty sure they'll be upset if you ruin their eyeshadow palette. Right? But it's always fun to like experiment with like different like materials that you have at home too. Because I think I did try the Tamiya weathering kits, and I wasn't a huge fan of them. Keep messing up my sanding sponges. I wasn't a huge fan of them, but get the job done. But yeah, use a kit that you don't like to test out a lot of your stuff, because then you won't be too heartbroken about it. I'm definitely probably gonna do it on. See, I can't figure out if I want to paint my perfect grade or not, but then I'm not very versed in painting. So, and then with the unicorn, I mean, it's all white anyways, so it's like I don't really want to paint it just because white is like really cool on. I love white in general, so I don't think I'm gonna be painting anything for that. So I don't think I'm gonna do that, especially on a perfect grade. I'm so terrified of it just because it's so expensive. So I'm probably not gonna do any painting on that, but definitely gonna see what I wanted. Maybe I do another bear guy, because I think that's my first custom. Was I built a bear guy for my aunt for her Christmas present, and she's a breast cancer survivor. So so I just like custom did like a bear guy with like, you know, the breast cancer ribbon. And it was pink and it was like super cute. She loved it, and so that was my first time to like actually painting a kit that I like really enjoyed. So Curios, there you go. So what I really like about this kit so far is the orange is a really nice color. It's a really nice color. Really nice orange color. I wish it was like maybe like a little bit of a deeper orange, but I think I've seen a lot of I've seen not a garage kit. I've seen a resin expansion for this kit. It looks really nice. I'm always curious about like those resin expansion parts. Nacho cheese. I need to get me some boba today before the huge lockdown that's coming up in LA. Trying to be very careful, but I'm not overgrazing the plastic. I'm almost done sanding. I feel like I'm missing a box, but I don't know where it's at. I'm gonna have to triple check. So since this kind of dulls the orange, I'm gonna go through with the 4000 just to even out the shine between both of the sanded and non-sanded parts. do have to be careful because it's just squeak quite a bit. Squeaks. So this one when I cut it, I think I went pretty deep. So I might need to even it out a little bit. Starting to get dull. Might need to cut the top out a little bit. So I did look at the new Perfect Grade, the Grandpa. I will have to say it is a great looking kit. I don't have very many Grandpa kits. Oh, well, I guess that's a lie because I just bought like two of the more specialized kits that were made for Grandpa. But that Perfect Grade kit kind of looks pretty damn dope. Again, buffing it out. Nice squeaky noise. Do some ASMR with the Gundam sanding. What the heck is the nubs on this one? Oh, there's one right here, but that's it. Alright. Almost done. I'm so ready for this stuff to be done. Watch, there's like gonna be like a whole nother box for me to sand. Oh yeah. Where's the head? Oh, the head's right there. So that's supposed to be the arms. Yeah, I see a finger. Okay. So I'm not missing a box. At least this ones don't have that big of a nub mark. It's really minor, tiny ones. I'm like lightly going over it because it's not that big of a deal. You probably can't see it in the camera, but it's like super light. So I'm not gonna go too hard on it. Super light. Again. Lightly going over it and then just brushing off the dust. I have been meaning to get those what do you call it? Those ultra, is it, I think they're called ultrasound like cleaners or something like that, where it uses vibrations to clean the parts. But I think that's really mainly used for like when you're painting though. I'm not painting yet, so again, these parts I'm gonna buff it out. Squeak, 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 squeak. So it seems like the only thing I need to work out for the stream is the stupid Facebook alert thing. Not sure why. Either I find some like an alert that has no sound. Because it like blasts in my ear. Which is good. Again, these are not very deep either, so I'm going to lightly, slightly sand it. And it's not really in an area that you would see, so I'm not going to be too anal about it. Hope everybody is doing good today, though. The weekend is almost over, though, which is I'm a little bit sad because it seems like I didn't even have a vacation. Checking it with my nail to see if it's like super raised, which it's getting caught, so that means it is. Okay. Uno más. Last piece. Oh, I really didn't cut it very well. Let's see. See if I'll be able to see it. I'm gonna do it here. You can see like it's still getting caught in my nail, so I'm gonna flip it around. Lightly shaving it so it's like smoother now. I still feel it getting caught, but at least we can get rid of it by sanding. Okay. Sweet. I am building the Curios. I think I said it right this time. Oh yeah, you wake up around this time, Mike. Paint mixer that you can just touch the bottle? What is that? Yeah, I heard very good things about the ultrasonic cleaners. And I think it's just like soap and water. I don't even know if it is soap and water. It might just need water. When are you two gonna build? I don't sand the entire surface. I just sand parts. So like the nub was right here. So I don't sand. Depends really, but I don't normally sand the full part because I do have the polisher that can kind of like bring it back to the original shine of the piece. So don't normally sand the whole surface unless it has like a groove that I need to sand the full piece for. I wish I knew sooner, otherwise I would bring the primer that I use over, but then I wasn't sure you know what paint you're using. Otherwise, I would like let you have some. I'm done sanding. Finally. I'm so happy I can actually start building soon. So I sanded all. So this is how I build pretty much. You'll like see all these little boxes that have compartments. So each one has its like separate like part, well, like component. So this is like the chest area. The head is right here. I'm not sure why this is over here because I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be. Like the fins in the back, the 2 arms, the waist, 2 legs, weapons, like all this stuff. I divide it. Oh, thanks. My camera setup is this one right here. The one above me is a Sony camera. My Sony DSLR mirrorless DSLR camera that I use the Elgato Camlink for. This one right here